Now, for a table etiquette issue rather than a tactics issue. I have seen time and time again comments and posts on Reddit talking about how Fireball is a bad spell because you're only going to hit one target with it. The rest of them are mixed up with your melee allies. That is, unfortunately, not a mechanical issue. That is your allies being rude. And there is no fix for that other than communicating with the other players at your table. If you're unable to communicate with them, please just send them this rant at this timestamp, and I will implore them on your behalf to not get in your way for AoEs. First, just pure table etiquette. If somebody came here to cast spells, please let them cast spells. It's not hard to not get in the way of your friend's 20-foot bursts. 20-foot bursts are pretty small. Even in a very cramped AP map, you can usually just aim them in a corner of the room and they won't flare out till you're friends. The only reason they would hit a friend is if you're doing something silly, like one of you is standing here, the other one is standing here, and you're like, ooh, flanking, I'm never gonna move from here. Please move from there. Please stand something like this so that your caster can catch everyone here rather than standing like this, and now the caster is only catching one enemy off in the corner. It is just bad etiquette to prioritize getting a +2 to your hit effectively over your ally getting to cast their iconic spells. And the other factor is that a lot of people argue it is optimal to do this and to deprioritize the AoE, and that is often based off of those arguments in the first section of this video, the ones I debunked of AoEs being bad. Quite simply, AoEs are the best way to deal with multi-target situations. In an ideal world, this wouldn't need saying, but AoEs are kinda lackluster in a lot of other D20 games, so people don't expect them to be good in this game. AoEs are the best way of dealing with multi-target situations. Nothing you're gaining from standing in flanking position is going to outweigh that. The -2 to the enemy's AC is not outweighing that. Getting an additional strike that you made at map is not going to outweigh that. In fact, it is so severely not going to outweigh the AoE that if you choose not to get out of the way, it's actually more optimal for the spellcaster to fireball you than to try and avoid you and hit fewer targets, because that's how good AoEs are when they actually hit multiple targets. It will make the party more likely to survive, even though it makes you less likely to survive. So the next time you refuse to get out of the way of an AoE, consider that your ally is doing you a big favor by not just AoEing you right in the face. And now I'm giving them permission to do that if you don't get out of the way.